And I would like to talk with you about all of this for a moment, if you allow me. I do a segment called In Depth with Dan Haggerty, where we ask you to do more than just watch the news. We want you to discuss it with us. And I need now to be one of those times because I'm at a bit of a loss. I was hoping I could share a bit of what I'm feeling and maybe you can relate. Matthew McConaughey, of all people, right, wrote something that I just haven't been able to shake. He was born in Uvalde. He put out this big statement. At the end, he wrote, "To those who dropped off their loved ones today, not knowing it was goodbye." Talking about those parents, right, who dropped off their kids to that school, their babies, like I do every morning at 8:30, like I did today, like you may have done today. We turn to famous people, I guess, and news anchors and politicians in these moments. We want answers. We want solutions. And we get a lot of this.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. As the president said last night, we must have the courage to stand up to the gun lobby and pass reasonable gun safety laws. We must work together to create an America where everyone feels safe in their community.
Yeah. Enough is enough, I know. We have to have courage. Okay. To do what exactly? Right? To do what? That's the question. Democrats, they want more rules and fewer guns. In the most recent Gallup poll, 91% of Democrats want stricter gun laws and more regulations. Okay. They want to ban the sale of assault rifles, for instance. Fine. But the toothpaste is well out of the tube. In 2017, the Small Arms Survey in Geneva determined America already has almost half of the world's civilian-owned guns. Half. About 393 million in circulation, which is more than all the people in America. Something tells me that closing a few loopholes in background checks may not, as the vice president put it, ensure something like this never happens again. Republicans, they want fewer regulations on guns. In fact, that same Gallup poll found that support among most Americans, everybody who was polled, they say that stricter regulations and the need for that is the lowest it's been since 2014. Instead, some conservatives want more attention on mental illness. But if you look at the data, the connection to mass shootings is flimsy. This Vox article is one of thousands you can find that lays out the research. But to put it simply, plenty of other countries have the same struggles with mental illness as we do, but we have almost all of the mass shootings. Others on both sides of the aisle, they think that armed guards are the answer. But we've seen that fail too, several times. There was a police officer stationed at the school in Texas who engaged the gunman as he ran inside. Just 10 days ago in Buffalo, where a gunman killed 10 people in a grocery store. There was a former police lieutenant working as armed security, but the shooter was wearing body armor and won the gunfight. So what's it going to take? Something more dramatic? Do we turn our schools into fortresses? Something that resembles a prison with pat-downs and large metal doors? Okay, fine, but what do we do with our grocery stores and our synagogues and our nightclubs and our concerts and our movie theaters? Do they all get metal detectors and armed guards and body armor? Maybe you think we should go after the guns. Put a limit on how many you can have. Start knocking on doors in North Carolina. Without even discussing the constitutional battles that would erupt, I'll just simply say, good luck with that. As you can tell, this isn't a report about solutions. It's a story about frustration and about anger. And whether you want to take all the guns away or make sure everyone has one, we can certainly find common ground in the fear that we feel, the fear that these tragedies ignite. And look, I realize that the amount of fear that I felt today, dropping my kids off at school, is a bit irrational. I mean, statistically, you should be more afraid to drive your kids through an intersection or let them go swimming. But what can I say? It's tough to be rational. And with every attack, the statistics change, don't they? Here at WRAL recently, a few weeks ago, I met a coworker in the lunch hall, just struck up conversation. I don't even remember what it was about or how it came up, but he told me that his son was shot by a school shooter. His kid survived, nearly died, still suffers today, physically and mentally. I'm not sure why he told me that. I don't think he needs a reason anymore. I mean, it's part of American life. I say that we're here to discuss the news with you because this is your newscast, your community. We're here for you to tell your stories and to give you a voice. So if you have something to say, even if it's just how you feel, we're listening. Reach out. You can find me at dan@wrl.com. Back with more news and weather next.